Hey guys, I'm out here today with the new DJI FPV drone. It's pretty windy. I'm at this local horse racing track. There's some buildings and a lot of open land out here. I thought it'd be a cool place to test this thing out. We'll see if maybe we try some range tests. But yeah, just thought we'd take it for a few flights. I have flown it nearby my house a couple times, just testing it out. Nothing real serious. So these will be the first distance tests. All right guys, here's the drone. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of controversy over this drone right now. Some people like it, some people just absolutely hate it. I flew it by my house once and so far I think it's pretty cool. Got the goggles and the controller and some cases I had at home. So yeah, it is super windy out here. We're gonna see how it does in this wind. So yeah, I don't know if that's coming through or not in the microphone, but it's pretty windy. Trees are moving pretty good. I'm not gonna guess on how windy it actually is, but it is pretty windy. I'm in normal mode, or I should say, yeah, normal mode now. Seems to handle the wind pretty well. The image is just amazingly clear. Switch it over to the middle, sport mode. The home indicator on the map is really cool. It just puts an H exactly where you took off on the screen. Go behind this building here and see how the signal works. Signal is still full behind this building, no problem. We'll fly out behind me, see how the signal does. So this is now completely behind me. Signal's still looking good. Wow, the clarity is just so good. Signal's still solid. Drop to 3 bars. Up 2 bars when I turn the aircraft around there. Really cool to see this stuff in high definition like this. Just going around the track here. Getting a red bar on the top. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. You can see the image kind of bobbling around a little bit, but I'm sure it'll be smoothed out on the video that you guys see. Pretty sure that warning is just the obstacles that are nearby. Not really that close to them, so I'm surprised to see the warning come up, but so I also enabled the manual mode. I left it the attitude limit for now, just to give that a try. I'm going to switch over right now. So that's manual. It's giving me a warning on the screen now to tighten the throttle stick F2 screw. I saw that when I enabled it, but I didn't do that just to see. But I'll probably change that later because I anticipate flying in manual mode most of the time. I have quite a few hours on FPV drones, so I'll be looking to fly in manual. Wow. It's weird. I'm gonna go back to sport. I think that's best for now, since I haven't tightened that screw. Boy, this sucker really cooks. The image definitely bobbles around in the goggles a little bit, but I've seen other reviewers mention that as well in their flight testing. But then the video itself is actually pretty smooth. Only out about, I was out 500 meters there. Woo! Gotta remember not to fly this thing like an actual freestyle drone, because it's certainly not going to be as durable. Battery is currently down to 38%. Looks like it's been only 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Is that right? I think this drone will be really fun for exploring and longer distance travel in open environments where there's not a lot of interference. The turning is definitely something to get used to if you're coming from freestyle drones, since it coordinates the yaw and roll inputs for you. All right, I think we're gonna land here, and I was wrong. That's actually I've flown for 6.5 minutes. The countdown timer, I think, is how much time is left, and it's pretty windy. It is kind of cool being able to adjust the camera angle on the fly like that with the switch or the roller. All right, 20% battery left. I better bring this thing in. All right, not bad. All right, so it's handling the wind pretty well. The flight characteristics definitely take some getting used to compared to a normal freestyle drone, or even flying a Mavic or something like that. It is really kind of in between those two things. It's really fast too. I think I got about 7 minutes of flight time from that battery pack, and that was down to about 20% of the battery. But yeah, so far pretty fun. I know this environment has quite a bit of interference. I've experienced that in the past. So I'm not really getting a ton of range out here, but yeah, still a lot of fun to fly. We'll pop in another pack and see how it goes. So I think everyone by now has heard the sound it makes when the aircraft turns on, but I haven't seen anyone actually show how it shudders. The motors vibrate and shudder when you turn it on. It's kind of crazy. Check this out. So something else I haven't heard other people talk about is there's an automatic record option in the settings in the goggles where you can have it automatically start recording when you take off, which is super handy. Something you forget, and then usually you forget when it's too late, and then you wanted to record something. So that's pretty cool. I enabled that, so as soon as I take off, it starts recording and right into the SD card, which I think is super handy. The image clarity is just amazing. You see every little detail. Right now I've got it in the 4K 60 frames per second, so the latency is a little bit higher, but it doesn't feel weird or anything on the stick so far. And this thing is cool. I got to keep reminding myself not to fly it like a normal freestyle drone though. I don't want to start hitting a bunch of gaps and hit something really hard. I need to set up the manual mode for full manual. It seems like I need to tighten that screw down though. When I tried to fly it in manual, it was giving me some warning on the screen about tightening the screw down, and I haven't done that yet. So getting a little bit of breakup at 500 meters, 550 meters. Man, super cool. You can see the props in the screen a little bit. I actually kind of like that. I think it looks pretty cool. Man, the image is just so clear. I saw an eagle perched up here earlier when I was walking around. Looks like he's gone. Man, so clear. Oh no, he's right there. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll get back. Sorry. I can see him there. Oh, feel the wind kicking me around a little bit. I'm just flying around in sport mode right now. Image is just, wow, so clear. Look at that, you can see everything in here. See the whole, all the way to the back wall in this building, perfectly clear. The doors, the lights, it's amazing. Man, that wind's kicking up pretty hard now. Full elevator. Full pitch, I should say. We're going into the wind now. Wow. Try another speed run here. Let's check out over here. Really liking this image clarity. Man, you can really feel the wind. All right, 8.5 minutes, 24% battery. Yeah, it's a super cool little drone. A lot of tech packed in there. All right, let's give it the beans. Woo! Man, it climbs really fast. Screaming. See every little thing on this roof. You can quickly, whoa, move the camera down. That's pretty cool. I'll tilt it back up. So the 3-position switch on the right, you can click all the way down, straight up, straight forward, or right in the middle. And then the wheel, you can slowly turn the camera up or down, which is really handy, pretty intuitive. You can definitely feel the wind pushing the drone around. It's fun just exploring with something that has this good of an image. You see so many details. It's cool just to kind of explore and check stuff out. I could see this drone being a good tool for searching. You can see so much detail, and it moves so fast, you could search areas pretty quickly. I'm excited to take this thing to the mountains, go up and down some mountains, dive some mountains. That's, I think, what I'm going to use it for a lot, is just going out and doing some long distance stuff, or trying to anyways, in more rural environments with less interference. Going down some mountains, I think, would just be a really cool thing to do with this one. Man, what a fun drone to fly around. I really like this drone so far. I'm pretty excited about it. I haven't even flown it in full manual yet. And it's still a ton of fun. The image clarity, like I keep saying that, but the image is just so clear. Makes it really enjoyable. Feels really smooth too, even in this wind. Man, it's so fast. It's fun cruising this sucker around. Sure does eat the batteries fast though when you're hauling. I've got my elevator stick pretty much pinned forward the entire time. And it is pretty windy, so it's understandable why. But yeah, the battery range is nowhere near the 20 minutes. Oh crap, I'm actually already down to 30% after 6 minutes, just because I've been hauling ass. So yeah, that seems to, uh-oh. It's returning to home now. I'm gonna stop that. Try to anyways. Okay, I stopped that. You gotta be back in normal mode to stop the return to home. I was in sport mode there trying to stop it, and it wouldn't stop, pushing the start stop button. But I switched back to normal and it allowed me to cancel the return to home. %, after 7 minutes. All right, that was awesome. All right guys, I'm back in the car because it's getting kind of cold out there and it's pretty windy. Final thoughts on the DJI FPV drone is it's pretty awesome. I actually really like it, and I haven't even flown it in full manual yet. I've just flown it around in mostly sport mode. Normal mode is pretty tame. It's pretty Mavic like, I guess you could say, It's a lot slower, very easy to manage. Sport, you can definitely get yourself into more trouble. It moves a lot faster, a little bit more angle. If you're coming from a normal freestyle drone, it's going to feel weird in the yaw and the turn, but you kind of get adjusted to it pretty quickly. I'm looking forward to flying it in manual. I can certainly see how this drone in particular, this has been said about many drones that have come out over the years. I've been flying drones since the very first Phantom, since the NASA flight controller. Look that up if you haven't heard of it. Back when we had to build them from a frame kit, you had to add your own flight controller, solder everything, program the flight controller, install the GPS, set up all the parameters. Anyways, every new drone that comes out, oh, this is bad for the hobby, oh, this is going to get people in trouble, oh, this is, and it's true. A lot more regulations have came out. When I started, I mean, you could fly them as high as you want. There was no regulations on it, and there was no rules. And with each advent of you know, more technology, more capabilities, that's when more regulations started to come out. So I can certainly see how this drone can get people into some trouble and allow people to do some stupid things with it, because it's so easy to turn on and fly wherever you want. I mean, yeah, it does have the geofencing and some parameters or some settings to prevent people from doing that, but there's still a lot of ways that people can fly over. I mean, you can still fly over people or other structures or areas where you really shouldn't be flying. Sorry about that, my camera battery died. But anyways, yeah, I can certainly see how this drone would be a great segue for new pilots to get into the hobby, especially those that are from the Mavic or Phantom typical photography drone. Also new people that have no experience in the hobby. I could see how this is great for those people to get into it. But on the other side is, I hope people make wise decisions with it. Don't fly in stupid areas or risk flying over people or people's property. That's something that we always need to be careful of. But yeah, all in all, I'm really enjoying this drone. I'm glad I got it. I don't regret purchasing it. I think it's a pretty decent value for what you get, and I'm really looking forward to getting it out into some more nature type environments, up into the mountains, around lakes, areas like that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys will subscribe and like the video, and I hope that you guys found some value out of it and saw or learned some things that you haven't seen yet about the drone. There's a lot of people talking about this thing right now, and I hope to stick around for the videos to come. Thanks, and have a good one.